Going on a little train ride.
All aboard!
For mate attraction and selection. Males and females of the species are quite similar in color. However, males have a slightly larger, more curved bill, and that could prove to
this mess I just made. Out comes Crowjar, African pied crow. A member of the corvid family, their intelligence is said to be comparable to 3 to 5-year-old children. Now they have adjusted quite well to the movement of people in their forest environments, learning very quickly there is a lot of food to be offered around to people, and certainly using it to their advantage. When food is a little bit more abundant, they take their time to cache it, hiding in any available area, using their excellent memory to locate it at a later date.
I think I need that bird at home to clean.
And his final message is always reduce, reuse, and recycle. That was Crowjar, African pied crow. Kilometers an hour, jump 7 feet into the air, and have a stride length of up to 9 feet. We're going to bring out the second largest bird in the entire world. Second only to the ostrich found out in Africa are the emus found out in Australia. We're going to see if we get Mambo's attention here today. Hopefully he'll come up and see our volunteer today. Now, believe it or not, emus are actually prey to some. They use their strength and their speed, as well as, surprisingly enough, their ability to swim to evade predators out in the wild. They are also able to change direction faster than their attacker. Looks like he's going to do his proper routine, so we're just going to get his attention over here with our volunteer. What do you say, Mambo? It's very hot out today. Now they are able to change direction faster than their attacker, so that way they can escape predation very easily. They use that speed. If they were to encounter a predator, you can see the size of Mambo's legs. All he has to do is give them a swift kick, and you believe it or not, that predator is gone. Now, you can see Mambo is awfully large. Now he is a male. Believe it or not, the females are a little bit larger than the males. They can reach up to 6 feet tall and weigh up to 120 pounds. As he wakes his way on back, you'll notice his tail feathers. They make a little bit of a rattling and rustling noise. This is also a great way for them to ward off predators out in the wild in case of...
You might want to hold on to your apples and bananas though, because Dewey here is a large fruit bat. There are actually over 1,000 species of bat found in every continent except for Antarctica, and of these only 3 feed on blood. And these are the vampire bats native to Mexico and Central and South America. And in this way, he doesn't get a headache or even pass out while he's hanging upside down. Now you may have spotted his wild counterpart right here in Ontario, the little brown bat. Now just like Dewey, the little brown bat is also playing a very important ecological role, but in this case it is for insect population, keeping them in check. So the little brown bat is actually an insectivore. He's feeding on the insects you find in your backyard, and he's doing a great job of keeping the mosquito population down as well. So you should certainly be happy to see them in your backyards. Now you may have heard the phrase blind. He'll show you how he's figured this one out. He does seem quite spooked by Mambo, so we'll see if he'll be willing to do it once Mambo gets out of the way. He does spot his treat, and he likes to use his beak and his feet to slide down that pole, fireman style. So he's going to make his way on down till his head is level, reach on it, and he grabs his treat, no problem at all.
No one's impressed. I think Mambo's feeling the show there.
There we go. Pretty good. applause.
Maybe applause perhaps, but usually people aren't too impressed with Sergeant's method. What do you think?
No, but you know what? It's okay. It's because, or we like to think it's because he makes it look just a little too easy. Hopefully though, Maxwell can impress you today.
Well, this is Maxwell. Like I mentioned, our blue and gold Mikado, each bird is an individual. So we're going to see how she's figured this out. She might be a little bit smarter than Sergeant, perhaps just a little bit lazier. He says, why waste all my energy? She's just going to bring the entire cup up to her. And she has to use her feet as well as her beaks for balancing, but she's got her treat just the same. Way to go, Max.
Now I do have a final question for you all, and it's pretty.
They look identical. But we had a few clues that Wasabi was a male. For example, we have a little bit of a flirt on our hands. He never stops flirting with the female Amazons. A little bit of a whistle to get the girls' attention. Not too sure if that does the trick, but once those girls are up nice and close, he loves to blow them kisses. A couple of quiet kisses for the girls. Well, these birds are very playful by nature. Wasabi is no exception, so this is his favorite game. He loves to play with his trainers. As he calls us over for a little tickle, we can't resist. We give him a scratch, but we quickly realize he's not playing with us. He's playing the game on us, because every time we give him a tickle, what does he do? He turns around and gives us a bite right on our finger. But we figured out that's just because he likes what we say when he bites us. Unfortunately, that does sound a lot like us. We say out quite a few times. I heard a couple laughs out there. They think that's pretty funny, but you don't think that's funny, do you? He chuckles out of our comedian. Well, Wasabi is a huge fan of the holidays. Christmas is definitely his favorite one, because every time the season is upon us, he gets in the holiday spirit by saying the phrase that Santa Claus is most famous for. So he is also very musically talented as well. Parrots are pretty well known for their whistling and singing abilities, so we thought, why not? We'll teach Wasabi a couple songs. The only problem with that is we're honest enough to say we're terribly off-key ourselves. So you might have to use your imagination, but to help you out, I'll get him to warm up his voice. Sounds perfectly in tune to me. Now the bird's Wasabi here is native to South America, but he has been hatched out here right in Canada. So he is very proud to be Canadian, and I think his first song does reflect that. A very patriotic but off-key national anthem. Well, I'm glad you seem to enjoy his first song. Perhaps you'll enjoy his second, but I will give you a hint. By a show of hands, does it happen to be anybody's birthday today? We have two birthdays today. What about in the month of June? Any more? We have a lot of June babies. All right. And what about this year? I hate leaving anyone out, so I'll just include everyone. All right, there we go. Well, whenever your special day maybe, especially if it's today, this song's for you. A little bit of a birthday wish from Wasabi there. Well, as you can see, he's very talented, but with all that talent comes a lot of hard work, and Wasabi's very proud of where he works, so much so, it's his favorite thing to say. So Wasabi, go ahead and tell everyone, where do you work? Very lucky to have him. And at the Safari, we have a pretty famous motto. We love to tell our guests to have a wild day. But Wasabi, what exactly do we tell our guests? Go wild. Go wild. Go wild. If you go wild from Wasabi to all of you today. Now here at African Lion Safari, we do believe that the first step in conservation is, of course, education. So we certainly do hope you learned a few things about what makes birds so amazing during our presentation today. Just a friendly reminder, see some raptors take flight. And the Lanner Falcon, there he is. Alright, so he's warming up his wings. He's flapping those wings furiously.
And you'll notice he does have a very long tapered body, and that makes him incredibly aerodynamic. So these birds primarily hunt after aerial prey, as we're going to be replicating what a typical hunt for her would look like. So you will see this bird does range out quite far and flies up really, really high, and then enters what is known as a stoop dive, as we might see in a moment here, that uses gravity in assisting them to become even faster. Now I'll see if Pharaoh can grab this lure right out of the air for us. Here he goes. And very nicely done. Let's hear it for Pharaoh. Now you will notice that he is spreading his wings out over that lure that he just caught. This is a behavior known as mantling. Pharaoh might be very...
The African and the Asian. At this time, I'm pleased to present you with 2 of the 16 years of cards. Let's give them a nice warm welcome. Now you can call an Asian elephant from their African relatives due to their high domed foreheads, their slightly edged and their smaller ears. I will welcome you all here today. The elephants would like to give you a safari salute. Now, before we begin with the demonstration, we'd like to start with an introduction. First up, we have 16-year-old George.
Va a ser, yo creo que voy a parar en 2 patitas. Ay, no.
And next up, we
Por la
have
forma en que lo están
7-year-old
haciendo.
Scott.
Si te hay en silencio, lo mismo.
Elephants are still used today in the deep forest of Myanmar. They harvest wood from the forest, drag it down to the river, where it floats to the nearest mill for processing. We're going to give you a working demonstration on how this is still done today. Flip the harness over his head, and George is going to pull that big log around the ring for us. As you can see, elephants are quite powerful, and they are preferred over heavy machinery due to the fact that they are more maneuverable. They can also reach those high mountain regions that other tractors and vehicles can't, while doing less damage to the surrounding forest. Now the harness George is wearing is much like the ones used today. This one is made of canvas, but they can also be made of leather. And it evenly distributes the weight across his shoulders and chest, so it's no problem for George to pull that heavy load. Now George has done an excellent job of pulling this log for us today. And now he's going to push the log back into place for us. You might have noticed around the safari that some of our elephants have tusks. In the Asian species of elephants, only the males like George and Chuck here have the long visible tusks. The females have a shorter version known as tushes. In the African species, both the males and the females have tusks. Elephant tusks are made of ivory. Ivory is extremely valuable. In recent years, the price of ivory has tripled. As a result, close to 100 elephants are killed per day in Africa for their ivory tusks. People have been using ivory for thousands of years to make things such as piano keys, billiard balls, and carving. One last push here. There we go. Excellent work, George. And now he's up to the front. We'd like to say hello to everyone.
Look at that guy. He's chilling. Just chilling.
Thanks, George. Well, it looks like Chuck thinks it's his turn to prove that he too has amazing power and strength. I think he's excited to show us. Ladies and gentlemen, do you think that Chuck can pull that enormous log in the corner over there? Yeah? Think he can do it? I think he can too. But how about you, Chuck? You think you can pull that log? No! What if I give you a treat first?
Necesito doy una galleta.
Well, that didn't take much convincing.
Otra negra
Here you
era.
go. We'll slip the harness over his head. Dig in those heels and let's see it. Would you just look at that amazing power and strength? Excellent work, Chuck. Now when our elephants are young, they do like to keep the loads nice and light so they can get used to the idea.
Hi, George. Oh, it's so pretty, George. Oh, say hi. Hi, Chuck. Hi, Chuck. How are you, buddy? How are you, Chuck? You're a good boy. You're a good boy, Chuck. Oh, cute. Touching an elephant is probably one of my dreams come true. One of my favorite animals in the world. There's Mom.